Wow.
And we have liftoff.
Wow, that's amazing how hard that was.
It's so crazy. I was just chatting with everybody about how all this social media and online, like, we think we're savvy, semi-savvy, maybe not. I mean, I'm not. I'm really not.
I call myself Instagramma.
Oh my God.
And my friends reinforce that all the time. So, but hey, this is the opportunity to learn, right? What is the opportunity? Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm definitely learning now.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm so sorry I confused the time. And, you know, I go to bed really early. So when you told me 8:30 at night, I said, oh gosh, I'm almost in bedtime.
Oh my gosh.
So I said 8 o'clock. That's really,
right.
That's very late for Jillina, you know. And then when I saw the text, you know, it was like the feeling when you have the dream that you hear your music in the stage.
Oh my God.
And you're standing there with that costume or your makeup or something. So fortunately, I was going to film something else today, so I had a little makeup on, but I had this weird outfit, so I was like, okay, you know, brush my hair. And so here I am.
We're
hey,
so
Kelly.
happy.
Yeah, thank you for
I guess it works
me.
out, right? We're not close to your bedtime.
Yes, yeah, I'm awake. I'm very much awake. Yeah, yeah. So, Kelly, thank you guys for having me, and to Valerie. So proud of the work that you guys are doing and how you're like showing up for your students. And it's a lot of hard work for, you know, all of us, but I really just want to recognize that you guys are really putting a lot of effort into showing up for your students. And I know that they're grateful for that. So
we appreciate that. And I'm sure I speak for half the world when I say thank you for donating your time and your classes for Together We Move. It's amazing. I hope everybody's getting.
I'm really happy to be in a position to be able to do that. So, you know, when all of this happened, it was like you know, like the floor drops out from under you and everything stops, and you just feel like you're in this vortex. And I just wanna. It was something I just felt like, you know, honestly, I was like, okay, I'm going to I saw everybody jumping online. And for the moment, right there in the moment, I said, that's not for me. That's not what I do. In a way, like so I said, okay, let me show up for my community and my friends and my colleagues and all the, like, so many of the dancers I know, close friends of mine, they live from their dance. So without the classes, without income from classes, it doesn't, no rent, no food, no, like everything. So it's been a really tough transition for everybody. And I'm so glad I did it. It really challenged me. There was a lot of days, I'm going to be honest, I was going through like the fatigue, you know, that almost like in mourning, and heavy fatigue, tired. But every time I showed up, I felt a little bit better. Every time I filmed a class, every time I kept putting on the music. So thank you guys for encouraging me, and the feedback was great. So it's been reciprocal. So thank you
and
guys.
Somebody mentioned it before, like now is the opportunity we have to kind of take class with maybe teachers that we had no access to before, or had no way of getting to those events or those festivals and workshops. So this is like a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
That we have all this technology that we can do this.
It's definitely the silver lining that it's connected us in ways we didn't expect.
Yeah.
And I've been talking to friends, like Zooming and FaceTiming with friends in Australia, in Germany, like across the globe, and people that I wouldn't normally just pick up the phone and have a conversation with. So I'm grateful for those like silver linings there. This has been really nice. Yeah.
Let's jump into our questions. I'm sure everybody's excited to hear. So our main question, of course, is how are you staying creative during this time?
You know, it's like, it's such a challenge, and I've been like a little bit an emotional roller coaster, and some days are better than others. I have to say, what's hit me really hard is the tremendous amount of suffering that I see out there. I mean, the physical suffering. I have friends who have corona. I have friends who are on respirators, and I don't know if they're going to make it. Like, it's really, really a tough virus. So that kind of suffering hits you kind of really heavy. So when I'm getting kind of past that, I'm trying to, I think the best advice that I heard was just let those emotions wash through you. Don't try to repress it. So I have a good cry. I just kind of let it wash the sadness, the frustration, whatever it is, wash it over me, and then I move forward.
Right.
And I think staying creative, I keep asking myself about the opportunity of growth. This is a wonderful opportunity to grow and learn and dig deep, because I don't always get a lot of time alone. I really don't. And I'm on the go a lot and things like that. So there's a blogger, Robin Sharma, who I follow, and he's always saying, what is the opportunity here? And I keep coming back to that, but somehow it wasn't quite resonating. So I'm thinking, what is the opportunity to be of service? So I found that through the program, #TogetherWeMove, I can be of service to my community. So that felt very inspiring, very creative for me. And now as I'm moving forward to be more creative and build bigger projects with more value and more service, that's what I'm looking at. What is the opportunity to be of service and to grow and to learn?
Right. Absolutely. I think everybody goes through the same roller coasters. Yeah. Everybody goes through it at different times. You know what I mean? That's definitely happened to me. I had a week where I was like in limbo. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. And I teach this week. Oh my God. And it's almost like you get ready for your class and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? But once you're in it, it's like, yes, it's all these people and it feels good. So I guess part of staying creative is the connections that we're still able to keep.
Yeah, so I guess, and Zoom has been a great tool for that. So, you know, and these opportunities going live and, you know, through social media. So I've gotten to kind of connect differently. So yeah, it's definitely.
We don't have to wait months and months to like chat. But I guess now with the staying creative question also comes with, what is discipline for you? What does it mean to stay disciplined, especially now?
Yeah. Well, I've really gotten into like a routine. I have a ritual. So the first thing when I wake up in the morning, I don't get on my phone. I don't check social media. I don't check the news. Very important. And the social media is full of that. So I get up, I drink my hot lemon water, and then I sit and I meditate every day for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And I've done it every single day for 5.5 weeks now. And it gets me grounded. It gets my feet on the ground. It gets me centered. And then I feel like now I can go out into the world. And then I have coffee and then I sweat. So I move and I sweat. So I kind of, you know, bring down my cortisol levels. So that's such an important thing. You know, I'm all into this like biohacking stuff. So, you know, so I get in and I get a good sweat, and then I try to do my creations in the morning, because that's when I have the most bandwidth. That's when your brain is going to be able to be the most creative, because you haven't gone through decision fatigue. You know, throughout the day, you make a decision, whether it's big decisions to move or, you know, pay your rent or whatever it is, or even what to eat for lunch. So by the end of the day, you have this decision fatigue. So I like to do those really, like my most important work, I like to do it in the morning. And like I said, I'm a morning person, so I'm up at usually 6 or so. I'm sleeping, that's late for me. So somehow in this coronavirus, I feel like I'm making up for like 20 years of jet lag.
Oh, wow. That's so funny. Yeah. I bet everybody else is getting a little bit more sleep than before.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I'm listening to my body. So that's something I'm kind of honoring, and listening to my body. So I get up. I don't really eat breakfast. I do like intermittent fasting, and I really like that. I'll have like bulletproof coffee, and then I sweat, and then I do something really, my big creative projects, and then I do some admin work, and just kind of gets the day going. But having that like ritual and a steady ritual I think has served me really well. And I haven't been able to do that for many years, for a long period of time. Yeah. For a long period of time.
You're always on the go.
Yeah. Yeah. And even when I'm home, I would be driving to the studio and running around in different activities. And so
right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
decision fatigue, I hadn't thought about that, but now that you say it, it makes me think you're right.
So don't you realize like later in the day you kind of get that like that little slump? Yeah, you get the little,
Mm-hmm.
dip in the day. So and then in the afternoon I have like my green matcha tea and some dark chocolate. So those are
Nice.
good for like brings up your levels and like kind of gives you a little boost in the day. So
Love
yeah,
it.
definitely some good dark chocolate with low sugar. Try to avoid
Okay.
sugar. Yeah.
Guys, I hope you're all taking notes. Write them down.
I'll share all my like favorite like I got like mushrooms and all this immune crazy stuff. So I'll share
Yeah.
all that stuff.
I bet
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that want to know,
Yeah.
That's good. Like that, to have that process and stick to it. I
Yeah.
definitely want to start jumping on the meditation thing. One of my friends kind of got me on it recently, but I haven't done it myself. Like I did it with her and I liked it. I hadn't
Right.
done it before, so I'm like, you know what? I think I need to get on it
You
on
know,
my
it's
own.
it's it's really hard and I've always been that person, Kelly. I was like I got monkey brain. I can't stop. I can't slow down. I can't. And that we're the people who need it the most.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think you guys are getting my newsletter. I don't know if it's you or Valerie who opens it when I send out my videos.
Yeah.
But this week I shared a free link to a meditation to
Oh,
Rosie Acosta. It's
okay.
short and sweet, and she's awesome. I love her. She is
Nice.
just she's got the magic touch. So try it. It's
Yes.
free, and then you can like figure it out. I use an app on my phone called Calm.
Okay.
CALM. Yeah. So it's a
Nice.
really great app. You can just like pull it up and
I can't wait. I'm
yeah,
definitely gonna look into that
yeah,
for
yeah. I'm gonna
sure.
follow up with you, Kelly.
Yes.
I'll be
But
following up
that's
with
good
you.
to have that app. I don't know if maybe my friend, I know my friend was using an app as well. I'm
Okay.
not sure if it's the same one, but she did use it because I was staying with her for a bit, helping her move, and we used
Okay.
it to go to bed. And I was like, that's not gonna work. My brain
Yeah.
never shuts off. But before I knew it, it was the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
wait,
And
I fell
honestly, like
asleep.
this is it's such an important time because there's so much coming at us with this
Yes.
information and this transformation and the news. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's very intense. So you getting grounded is a great way to kind of like have a
Yeah,
defense, have your defense up, I guess.
absolutely. So do you feel that even though now it's all social media all the time,
Yeah.
because that's the way to connect, do you feel that everybody should still find the time to take a break without feeling like they're gonna let down followers, or maybe their business is gonna suffer if they take that break? You know what I mean?
I think I'm probably going to speak for a lot of people out there. I'm sure I'm not alone with this, but you know, I've had a good career, but I get totally insecure about it. I open it up and everybody's online, everybody's got online classes, and I feel like, well, what am I going to do? And you feel like it's almost like you're trying to compete for time or attention.
Yeah, and keep
And
up.
I had to just let go of that. I had to say, okay, there's a reason why I'm here and there's a reason why I made it to this point in my career. And I had to take a moment and reflect on that. I was like, okay, I've got 30 years of dance experience, belly dance experience that
Mm-hmm.
I can contribute to my community, that I can be of service and show up for them. So you know what? I'm going to go a little bit more inward than a little bit outward. So I
Okay.
go in and to be honest, I unfollowed a lot of people. Sorry if you were one of them, but I decided to follow people who inspire me. I decided to follow people who when they come up in my newsfeed, my face smiles. I don't
Absolutely.
want to see the butt models, and no offense, butt models,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm
Yeah,
not.
I totally get it.
Yeah, so that's my
Absolutely.
big recommendation. If you do not feel good after being on social media, you're following the wrong people. It's kind of simple. So there's
Yeah,
so
because
many
it's
people
constant
putting,
too, all the
yeah,
time.
yeah. So then you have your social media time scheduled. So it is
Mm-hmm.
an important, it's such a great tool. It's a great way to connect and share what you're doing and share your experiences and to help others if you can. So have it scheduled in. So, okay, on this hour, every day at this hour, I'm going to spend 1 hour. I'm going to prepare these posts. I'm going to be mindful about my content. So you're
Right.
not just out there, you know, like that
Just
crazy
throwing
fat
things
on the
out
internet.
there.
Yeah, so you can be mindful about what you want to contribute, what your message is, and you can check in with your friends. And you know, I try to check in with 5 people every day. That's kind of my rule. I got like the golden 5, and I try to do that in the morning, like after I do my little ritual stuff, after I've, you know, done all my activities. I try to have 5 people that I check in on, and I try to send a message. I make little videos. I send a text. I send photos, and just trying to be a good friend, a good daughter, a good sister, a good teacher, a good colleague. And sometimes, you know, I got friends out there who are living alone and they're
Right.
suffering with isolation and depression. So I'm trying to show up for them, but I also get overwhelmed. I couldn't reach out to everybody. And I started to feel that weight on my
Right.
shoulders. So I said, you know what, that's okay. I'm going to do 5 a day, and I feel good about it. And it makes me
I
feel.
still think 5 a day. That's a great
Yeah.
number.
Yeah, and I have it scheduled in. Okay, this is my reach out time, outreach.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So definitely keeping a schedule and routine, even for those things that maybe we didn't think we would have to schedule, or it's better to have it
Right,
scheduled.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, we know you check in on your mom a lot, because I know I speak for a lot of people when we're totally fans. I am such a fan.
You know, I told my friend, I told Luna, I said, I think I'm going to make her an Instagram page. And I said,
Oh my God.
No, that's another page I got to manage.
That's
so.
true. That's the thing. And
But,
like,
yeah, I was like, no, one more thing to manage. Maybe later, like she's got all her videos. She
would
gets,
definitely have fans, followers.
She gets so excited. Like this week when I left, she told me, what's our video for next week? Like she's asking me. I told her, okay. I told her, yeah. So we kind of think of things and we have fun with it, and it gives her a lot of like motivation, because she moves a lot. She's super active, and I was worried about her. Yeah, I was a little worried about her, but she's super positive, and she's always in a state of gratitude. So
Awesome.
we're both trying to focus on the things that we have and not the things that we don't have, or the things that are lost at the moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, please tell her that we are all her fans.
Yeah.
We love seeing her active and dancing. We have a question actually about her, and it's, did she dance before?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she was dancing most of her life, and even in like when she was like later in life, 60 and 70 years old, she was on a clog dance team, and that's like tap dancing to country and Western music. Yeah, she's pretty good. Like she's a really good dancer. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I loved the ballet bars.
we were just playing at the trash cans the week before, and I just started stretching because I'm there for hours. So and I said, oh my God, trash can ballet bar. Here we go.
You got to make it work wherever you're at, right? I loved that. That was probably one of my favorites, the ballet session.
And did you notice she did Grand Plie? She went all the way down.
Yes, I did. I was watching. I love it. I loved every second of it. I'm totally pumped when you post those videos with your mom.
Thank you. And thank you guys for all the encouragement. She sees the messages because I send it to her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Tell her we're here, and she has followers and an audience, so we're ready when she is.
Absolutely.
All right. On to our next question. Have you made any particular lifestyle changes since this hit? Anything different from what you were already doing in your routine?
Well, the meditation, I've meditated off and on for years, but I've never been so consistent at it. So that's one thing that has shifted me. And I also have like a daily planner. That's something that, I usually have like a plan, and I have a weekly plan. I have my battle plan each week, and then I have my daily plan, but I'm getting really like detailed with it. So because at some point the hours were kind of spinning, and I couldn't quite be as productive as I wanted to be. So I've gotten really like granular about it, like about like what time I have for lunch, what time I'm having lunch, and exactly what I'm going to do, and like really detailed about my schedule. And that helps me. And also at the end of the day, when I'm like checking it off, it makes me feel productive, even if I've been home and even if I've, you know,
That's true.
haven't like, you know,
Yeah.
tackled the world. So just finding that balance, but being more granular about my detailed daily task
Right.
is helped me a lot. Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's tackling your own world, your inner
Yes.
world, your home world. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Having the checklist, I think seeing it checked at the end of the day must feel
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, it does for sure.
So my next question is for the studio. How has your studio been affected? Any advice to studio owners that are paying rent for a location that isn't necessarily in use at the moment?
Yeah, it's a pretty sad situation with my studio. I closed the doors. I closed on Sunday, and then LA got the close down on Wednesday. I closed early because we couldn't purchase any more Lysol. I couldn't purchase any more things, and I couldn't protect my staff. Like every
Wow.
store was sold out. Like 7-Eleven, Costco, everything. It just didn't exist. We were bringing stuff from home and
Right.
we didn't have any more supplies, so I just took a hard decision and I closed my doors. I gave my staff a small severance pay, whatever I could afford, and told them, guys, run to the unemployment because
Right.
it's going down and it's going down fast.
Yeah.
So my attachment to my studio, to be honest, I was sad because it was a great business and I was so proud of the fact that I could employ people, that I could give them health insurance, that I could provide, you know, helping them support themselves. So I took such pride in that. And when that fell through, for me, that was a personal loss. The
Right.
studio is a physical space and it was a physical business and a monetary part, which was great. And I hope to come back to that someday, but that's, you know, it is definitely tough times. I'm paying a lot of rent and the studio is completely empty.
Right.
So my advice for those studio owners, like when we come back, we have to, this is all new. Everything has changed and it's going to change for a while.
Yeah.
And what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on having hardwire Wi-Fi in all of the rooms. I'm going to have some screens, like some big screens on wheels, so that I can invite teachers in to do their Zoom classes there.
Right.
Or do their online filming or do that. So I'm going to try to set it up, a space for teachers to come in and continue their classes.
And create content.
And create content, yeah. So, and people, you know, we get a lot of Hollywood people that just want to rehearse in a space. So I'm hoping to have that, but I'm going to have to really limit those numbers because I used to have at least 300 people a day walking through the doors. I was open 14 hours a day from like 8 a.m., sometimes 7 a.m. until midnight every day. So it's a pretty heavy loss. I've applied for a loan, a small business loan. We'll see what happens. So
Still waiting.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of schools going through the same. I mean, us with Creative Hips, we're definitely going through that. We have our space, it's closed, you know, but we're trying to keep our classes active online.
Are you guys filming out of the studio?
No, we're actually filming from our homes.
Okay.
Valerie has gone in a couple times, but we've actually kept it, each of us in our house. Like we still have some of our teachers still offering the classes online. So yeah, it's just changing everything, changing the way we're doing it all at this point.
Are you guys under a lease?
We are.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah. So it's a tough situation. Yeah. So whatever I learn, I'm going to call you guys and share it with you as I call it. But I'm thinking ahead to transition to what are people going to want to come and do in that space,
right?
You know, and they're probably going to want to be filming their content and zooming. So
absolutely, yeah, we definitely want to keep all this online stuff active. When we first opened, it was a dream, and we were like, we definitely want to get some online stuff going. We didn't get it going, and then when this happened, it was like, well, let's go.
Yeah,
there's no other choice now.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's good to know then. You know, I'm sure some people feel like maybe everybody's not going through it, or how are we all dealing with it? So it's really good to hear that you're planning for it.
You know, I'm with you. I'm kind of on the same boat as you guys. Like I was planning my online content and my courses, and I had a plan in mind. but I wasn't ready to execute it this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Exactly.
shifted. I've had to really pivot. But I
Yeah.
definitely have some really innovative and unique ideas to create courses that are, you know, about artist development. And like I said, I keep having to come back when I start to feel those doubts. I keep coming back to Jillina 3.0. I'm calling it, because I'm like, oh, I got 30 years. That's a lot of time that I spent. So I want to share my mistakes with you guys. I want to share like all of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years traveling the world, training with different artists from around the globe. And I'm excited to kind of share that content and serve my community and serve like the next generation of dancers. Like what a gift to be able to
And we're
do
so
that.
grateful for you that you're so willing to share everything, the ups and the downs, to help out the community.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
so I know.
You know, this is something that I never talked about publicly. It was a very private thing that happened in my life. That a few years ago, I was very sick, and I had to step away from my career of dance, and it was really devastating. It was a really hard moment in my life, and you know, as a dancer, being in your physical body and having that strength and power, and suddenly having that just taken away, you know, because I was able to overcome that and come back, I feel like stronger and wiser and more grateful. I feel like some of those tools that I learned back then are serving me again today. When I thought, oh, the career is over, all of those gifts are gone, is like, no, they're not. They're still, what I have inside can never be taken away. Absolutely. So what I have like inside me can never be taken away. And it took me back to that moment, and I just had to kind of rethink that. It's like, no, this time will pass, and I'm going to get through it just like I did before, and I'll come out stronger and wiser. And it's time to, you know, reconnect, reinvent, regenerate, and, you know, like all of those things kind of going inward again. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, because some of my dancer friends out there who like, my God, my career's over, because they just got into the workshop circuit.
Right.
They just got into that big dance company. They just got to that point of touring, and suddenly it's gone. But guess what? All of those years count. All of that time that you have counts. And I don't want you guys to give up. I want you to keep showing up, because everything is going to transition a little bit, but nobody can take away your gift and your talent. That is something you're always going to have. And I just want to encourage those dancers who are at that tier, at that step, and just, you know, don't give up and keep showing up. So
keep going. Instead of shutting down, it's shifting.
Yes. Yeah, it's shifting. Exactly. Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah.
And it's all the work is not for nothing. It's definitely
exactly.
not.
Exactly. Yeah, Kelly. Every step counts. Every step.
Yep.
Every step forward.
I know that with all this, we're stopped. Like everything is on pause. So how are you navigating that for Evolution and the tours and the shows? I know a lot of people were excited for auditions for LA.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Well, for sure in LA, it was in July. I'm postponing till 2021.
Right.
I'm considering January, but I want to kind of see how things are shifting. I have a deposit at the theater. I'm hoping that I can just move that forward. I have a good relationship with the theater, so I'm hopeful that I can just, you know, move that to another date.
Right.
Right now we're booked for Denmark in November. So I'm hopeful that the BD Experience will do the Wizard of Oz there, and we'll do another European tour with Jungle Book. You know, I just debuted Jungle Book the weekend before the quarantine, literally.
I remember.
So all that investment of time, energy, money, costumes, effort, really the effort. I'm excited to bring it back. I'm a little heartbroken about it, because you get the momentum going. But at the same time, I'm just reminded that this is just a pause, and I'm going to come back to it. And as much as I'm in love with that, and I love being in a room and directing people, and that's where I thrive and that's where I excel, producing and directing, and I just love that.
Yeah.
That's just not my path right now in this
Mm-hmm.
moment today. So I have to remind myself of that it's going to come back, and that I have a really good community. So my VDE community, my evolution community, I feel like we've built a family of that. So we're gonna be here for the long run, and we're gonna keep moving
Absolutely.
forward.
Definitely
Yeah.
seeing it from the outside. It's so crazy how many years I've been following you and following the shows and the development, and there's been so many times where I'm like, this is it. This is when I'm going to audition. And then I don't.
Come on.
And then it's like,
Come
okay,
on.
next time.
See, so that's
happen.
why. Yeah. It's like you're never going to be ready, so just show up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So something I've been doing is that I do with my dance company is I do circle time, and we circle up, and we share, and we connect, and we have these profound conversations. So I've been reaching out to my different cast around the globe.
Right.
And we've been doing our Zoom circle time. So I'm hosting these circle time meetings, and it's been really profound for me because it's really enlightened me. I've gotten advice from some of my colleagues. I've been able to support my other colleagues that I didn't know were in a really dark place or in a tough situation, that I could realize, oh, I could be more helpful to them. So I'm doing these little, I can't, do them every day. And I've got, hundreds or thousands of groups of people. So I'm trying to just manage it one group at a time and try to show up for my team as a leader. I think that's important, to show up for your team and show them that you care, even just by showing up and just being like, hey, I'm here to listen. So
that's incredible. And that you can give that time, because I know you've had a big cast, a different cast everywhere you've been. So I cannot even imagine how many circles you've got going.
There's quite a few. This could go on for a long time. So we just keep going, and I keep scheduling it in my calendar and putting it in. And every time I do it, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And this time I'm going to actually do my first hafla in La Casa. So I'm producing it a little bit different. I'm taking the team from Argentina. Nice. And as you know, we get some of the top belly dancers out of Argentina, and their economy has been so hard hit. They had an economical crisis before the virus hit. So I just want to be there and support them. So I'm doing like a hafla for them on Wednesday afternoon, and I'm really excited to kind of support them. And I'm going to be taking donations. Nice. For anybody who's not in a crisis or is financially okay, please reach out. All of the money goes to the artists. I'm not keeping any of it. It's all goes to them, to just help them take those steps forward and support them. So
how can we watch it?
Belly Dance Evolution Facebook. We're going to do it on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. So
oh my God, that's so exciting. And yes, you're right. Argentina has so much talent. I'm definitely a Daisha fan. I've been a fan of her.
Yeah, and she's
for the longest.
Have you seen her group choreographies? She's a talented choreographer. In addition to being a great soloist and artist and human being, she's a wonderful.
100%. It looks like we have one of your Circle Time followers, Natalie.
Natalie Nazario.
Yes.
Yay! We had a beautiful Circle Time recently, and she enlightened me so much. She had really I was so inspired and uplifted by her comments about regenerating and reinventing herself. And what an opportunity, Absolutely. We keep coming back to what is the opportunity here. Right. So yeah.
We're definitely Natalie fans. We love her so much.
Yeah. She's very talented artist, a lot to contribute to the dance world.
Absolutely, I agree. We have a question that came in through the comments.
Yes.
Are auditions still open? Can we apply even if the dates are on standby? Sending love from Mexico.
Mexico. Yay. Right now, we still have the auditions open for the Wizard of Oz BD Experience in Denmark and Germany. We're just we're postponing the dates. We'll know soon about the dates. So auditions are still open for that now. I don't have the auditions open up for the U.S. tour. I want to wait until I can have a solid date, because everything goes. Then we close the auditions. Then we give you 2 months of training time with the online training. of all
Mm-hmm.
the choreographies and videos and coaching and stuff. So everything is like a, it's like a well-oiled machine. I've been doing this for the, you know, the 10-year
I
machine.
see that.
So yeah, ask
Yeah,
Natalie. She'll tell you about it.
I bet.
yeah, a well-oiled machine that we
I've
got
had
going.
like
So,
short conversations with Chudney. I
oh,
love
I
Chudney so
love her.
much.
She's such a talent. You know, she played Dorothy. She played the lead
I
role
know, I
recently.
saw.
Yeah,
She's one of the ones that was like pushing me. She's like, come audition for this, do this. Let's get
yeah,
together because it's so rare when we get to see each other and dance together. So she was like, let's do it.
yeah,
But
yeah. I've been so fortunate with these projects that I've really been able to dance and coach and direct some of the top dancers from around the world. I mean, like literally, it's like it just feels like such a privilege. To be honest, I feel so honored and privileged to be able to share my knowledge and bring them up and the collaborations as well. It's been really such a gift.
the
Yeah.
collaborations, I bet, is so inspiring and to get ideas from different people and
Yes.
how they work, how
Yes.
they
So
create.
some, you know, I love to bring in like fresh choreographers every time I have a new show. And when I wanted to do Wizard of Oz, I had seen Daisha's company in Argentina, and they were always winning the competitions, but her unique ideas for choreography. So I took a chance with her. I didn't really know her that well, to be honest, like
Mhm.
a personal, she doesn't speak much English, and my Spanglish is, you know, poquito más, my Spanglish. So I just took a chance and I invited her to Los Angeles and I said, I want to collaborate with you. Would you like to come? This is the invitation. And she stayed in my house and we went to the studio 8 hours every day and we made this beautiful production together. And I brought in Luna from Mexico
Yes,
and
we love
Jill.
Luna.
Yeah, and Jill, my colleagues here, like different colleagues from around like the US, my BDE team.
Hmm.
So yeah, Luna's been a big contributing choreographer and director, and she's dancing one of the lead parts now in Jungle Book.
I
So
saw.
yeah,
I'm so
yeah,
excited for her. She
me
was here
too.
in Miami for a bit, and I was able to connect with her and dance with her. And I'm like, oh my God, I miss you now that you're gone. But I'm so happy that she's doing
Yeah,
so much.
she's one of those dancers who keeps like rising up to the occasion. Yeah,
Yeah,
keeps having that growth, and
absolutely.
absolutely, she's a dream to work with.
She's such a
Yeah,
sweetheart.
yeah,
Such a
yeah,
sweetheart.
yeah.
I do miss her.
Me too.
So now, can you tell us if there's any? I know you have a workshop coming up. Is that right?
Yes, so I'm going to be doing my first live workshop, and I'm doing it on a Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Los Angeles time.
Yes.
I tried to put the different time zones. Obviously, I can't keep track of that. Oh my God. And I'm trying to set the Zoom meetings. I'm a hot mess here. Anyway, so check it out. I'm really excited. It's going to be 2.5 hours. I'm going to do it via Zoom, and I'm going to do a limited group so that I can really interact with them. I'm going to have an assistant with me on a laptop helping me organize everybody and like doing feedback. I'm going to prepare the material. I've got like homework for people to do.
Nice.
And something else I'm really proud about doing is I'm going to be partnering up with some sponsors and helping sort of the belly dance economy in studios. So
Hmm.
I've got a sponsor in Mexico, I've got my LA friends at Dance Garden, and I've got my friend in Italy, Miriam over in Italy, in Rome, and Caesar down in Mexico. And what I'm doing is I'm offering them a position to sell tickets to my workshop. And they get to keep a very big chunk of the commission of that. So
Hmm.
to kind of help them, because it's something that all the teachers, you know, all of our stuff dropped out. But what about the producers and the
Right.
studio owners, people who don't actually teach but produce
Right.
space for us to teach? So
Hmm.
I wanted to kind of bring them along on the, you know, Together We Move program somehow. So this time I'm trying it with 3, and we'll see. I'm going to keep doing them and keep reaching out to my different, you know, my different people around the globe who have been hit
Right.
financially, and try to raise funds economically for them, and try to just, you know, I want to move forward, but I want to do it with everybody. I want to do it
Right.
together, you know, even if it means I'm not moving as fast. I'm just excited to bring my friends and my colleagues with me. I think it's an important thing that we all need to think about as we're moving forward.
Hmm. You're
Yeah.
incredible, honestly.
So
It's
I'm
amazing how
excited.
you find the ways to include everybody and everything.
Zoom.
So anybody can join the workshop. Do you email? Like
Yeah, I mean,
join?
there's a link on my Jillina.com on my calendar page. There's on my
Awesome.
Facebook events on Jillina, and I've been posting it on Instagram.
We'll
So
make
there's
sure
a
to
link.
share it on Creative Hips so everybody can see. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm excited, and again, I'm going to have very limited numbers, so I'm not going to have a huge thing, and I'm going to, be able to kind of interact with people, which I'm excited about, and kind of manage that and get my Wi-Fi hardwired and get, all my tools and my microphones and all that.
All the stuff it takes.
All that tech stuff that we're learning. My God, I'm going to be a tech expert at the end of this.
I know, exactly. That's going to be your new well-oiled machine.
Exactly.
Online.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
is that the way to get to take class with you? Would be that workshop and the
so I'm going to start with I'm starting with this workshop, and right now I'm working like really, like I have a hard schedule, a tight schedule that I'm working very diligently on the courses. So I'm going to have the Jillina courses coming up online, and then I'm going to I might have some pop-up classes. I might do like a series of just like, community classes in addition to the workshops. And then I'm going to do some coaching as well. So I'm just like mapping everything out and taking each step, because I really want it to be of quality, not quantity. I want to have the best quality and the content. I want it to be really kind of that value, and just like bringing something that people can utilize, that people can use. So
absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
so step by
awesome.
step. So just starting with my workshop in May 3rd. So excited to kind of jump in on with everybody.
I know, because I know that's going to be some of our questions is how do we take class with Jillina? So now we know.
Yeah.
That workshop is definitely there, and if there's the teachers, I know you've shared the content for Together We Move with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that's excellent. So there's that access.
It's been like, I think there was over like 30 countries. I mean, Bulgaria, Bolivia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Mexico, Argentina, like France, Germany. It was like, it kind of like blew my mind. And one of the hardships was some people like applied that didn't have schools or weren't teaching classes. And it kind of, to be honest, it was a very tough decision, but I had my team kind of call me out on it. It's like, you can't give everything to everybody. And the whole program was designed for the teachers and the studios to survive financially, not to just give free classes. I'm going to pop up and give you a free class. Like, I'll do it. I'll show up for you guys. But at the same time, the content is supposed to have value to go to your studio. So people will go and pay and stay registered at Creative Hips and have a little extra value. Or, hey, if you need to take a Tuesday off, hey, I got a substitute teacher. Jillina is going to be here for you on Tuesday. Boom. However, I was telling you guys, however you want to use it, whatever works best for you, use it and share it. However, there's no rules. Just don't put it on YouTube. And I wanted to keep that value for you guys, so it could be of a financial value somehow, some way. I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us, even though we went through a time crazy.
I love you. Oh God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so ashamed. And if you knew me, I'm always on time, and I'm very strict about time.
I think this is part of the process now, is figuring it all out online.
Yeah. And is this video going to be up on Facebook for a while, or
we're going to have it up on our Instagram for 24 hours.
Okay. And then will it be on Facebook?
I'm going to try. We've been trying to get it over on Facebook, but since it ends up being a long video, it's like,
screen save it.
Yes,
do a screen save. Yeah, I did that with my live the other day. I'm so tech queen over here.
That's what I've been doing, is recording it, like screen recording, because I'm like,
because I really want to show my mom, to be honest. So she'll be all excited about your comments, Kelly.
Yes, please show her. Yeah. So we'll send her a big hello, hi mom, in case you see it later.
Absolutely. Bye guys.
Thank you so much. We love you so much. We're so grateful you took the time to do this.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao. Bye. See you soon.
Bye.